Welcome, citizens, to another Starcraft Nation broadcast. I'm going to be casting the fourth and final matchup in between University of California at Riverside and University of Alberta. So we have our buddy Photosynth right here representing University of California at Riverside. He is going to be looking to keep his team in this matchup. He will be going up against Arunecart. When I was streaming, I didn't know the way he wanted his name pronounced. So Arunecart will be representing University of Alberta, looking to cement the victory over University of California at Riverside. Now, we're seeing a 2-1 lead for University of Alberta, and if Photosynth can pull this one out, he can tie it up. If he can't, well, then, you know, University of Riverside at California will actually be suffering their first loss of the season. And Arunecart's team, University of Alberta, has actually only lost one. They lost their first game of the season. So they're looking to keep themselves to one loss right now. So we are actually going to see a PvP right now. So we are going to see exactly a mirror matchup. And right now we have a one pissed off probe coming from Arunecart attacking this pylon. Pylo, he's definitely looking to kill Pylo right there. So right now, if you can take a look at the production tab, we're seeing a completely mirror matchup as far as production. And really, at this early on in the matchups, you don't really see that much of a divergence as far as production goes. Now, that being said, we actually see Photosynth grabbing an assimilator, whereas Arunecart is a little bit more sluggish to grab it. Now, these are the things that will snowball into a difference later on in the game. So if you've really practiced a lot and you know exactly what you're going to do, it can really make a big difference in the long run. In the short term, as of right now, really not that big a deal. Photosynth taking his pro on a tour of Arunecart's base and just kind of figuring out what's going on, knowing that there isn't going to be any crazy cheese going on, any proxy pylon warp gate technology or early void ray or anything like that coming out. Of course, that is not the case. We'll be seeing a little tag going on here, and right now, you know, either player really not choosing to kill the probes, as it's kind of hard actually to kill these probes early on. As most of you probably know, probes are extremely hard to kill early on, as I mean, they can run and they can recharge and turn around and attack. Now, PvP, not really that big of a deal, as both players will be able to recharge at the same rate, yada yada. So both Cybernetics Horde will be finishing up here for both of our guys at generally the same time. Arunecart, of course, grabbing that warp gate knowledge ASAP, will be chrono boosting it, as well as Photosynth. So both of our guys, yeah, looking to do a 4-gate, maybe not, I don't know. Both of them grabbing that Stalker, both of them grabbing that probe, both of them grabbing that pylon. Definition of mirror matchup right now. So what I'm kind of looking to see, you know, where we're going to see the divergent. We're going to see whether we're going to see 2-gate Robo, if we're going to see 4-gate Korean, which we know is too late for that anyway, 4-gate Push, if we're going to see Blink Stalker, we're going to see Charge Loss. Charge Loss really not being that effective in a PvP matchup, as all you have to do to counter Charge Loss is throw down Zealots of your own and let those other Zealots charge too, because, hey, you know, it doesn't really matter. So that really isn't going to be, probably not going to be seeing anything of that nature. Now, here we go. We see 2 gateways coming down for Photosynth and only 1 gateway coming down for Arunecart. So Arunecart might be looking to go ahead and grab that Robo Bay. We have 2 gateways in the back and a Twilight Council coming down for Photosynth. So here we go. We're starting to see the divergence. Photosynth will be looking to grab Blink Stalkers most likely, as the Stalker, or like I said before, Charge Slots really not being that effective in a PvP matchup. Photosynth just kind of tucking away this pro, probably looking for a proxy pylon or something like that. Now also, Arunecart doing a good job putting his Stalkers out here on this peninsula, giving them the vantage point, making sure that nothing's going to run by here, doing any sort of crazy contains or anything like that. So Arunecart keeping an eye out here on these little placements like that make a big difference. Also, placing the pylons out here in the edges of this base, because Lost Temple really provides a lot of space for your enemy to go ahead and do warp prisms, proxy pylons, Nidus Worms. I know it's not applicable to this, but you know, just when you hear that Nidus Worm screaming and you don't know where it is definitely panic mode for myself at least. So right now we do have Arunecart sitting here with his Robo facility. Oh, and look at that. He's supply locked. Ain't that a shame? Definitely not a place you want to be, but actually, Photosynth will be moving up here and applying some early pressure to Arunecart, and Arunecart is definitely in a lot of trouble right here, as he only has 2 gates to be producing units. He has that one that one sentry just went down, so this force field will be dissipating, and Photosynth will be looking to applying more pressure, as Arunecart is definitely down as far as units goes. We have 7 Stalkers going up against 3 Stalkers, 1 Zealot, and 1 Sentry. So right now, with the Blink technology, we'll be finishing up here just momentarily, and Photosynth could be really putting Arunecart in a really bad position, as we do see Chrono Boost be churning out here. This Immortal is here, so the Immortal will be making a difference. But Photosynth could really be putting a lot of hurt on Arunecart right now, which actually will be retreating, and this is definitely sad face times right now for myself. If I could scream at him in the past, I'd definitely be screaming at him in his ear, attack, attack, attack. You have him, you have Blink Stalkers. The amazing thing about Blink Stalkers, I'm sure a lot of you watched the Itra versus Liquid Nazgul matchup. Liquid Nazgul just shat all over Itra with those Blink Stalkers just blinking back those Stalkers one after another, allowing the fresh Stalkers to take the damage, allowing those back Stalkers to recharge their seals, coming forward again, and it's just such a powerful thing. But now we see Photosynth will be going Blink Stalkers and going into an expansion. I don't know, but hey, you know, not me. I don't know. He could, I mean, he could be calling some super magic awesomeness. He could be coming back here. We'll be applying some Stutter Step pressure. There's tons and tons of things you could be doing here. He could even, if you really want to be Elite Ninja, he could Blink Stalkers up here and put, deny any sort of expansion right here. That would be pretty awesome, but don't really see that happening because he doesn't have any potential for any sort of air unit, but, you know, hey, whatever. We can always dream. So actually, Arunecart will be coming out here. He has 3 Immortals, and these 3 Immortals are going to crap all over these Stalkers, as Immortals do massive amount of DPS, especially versus armored units. They are all about shooting those guys. And yes, we actually can see Photosynth will be coming up here. We'll be throwing a couple force fields, trying to deny any sort of overall concave that Arunecart definitely wants to be getting out. We see a Guardian Shield coming down here for Photosynth. We see a couple blinks going down. Not the kind of blink stalking that I want to be seeing, though. Not taking the really damaged Stalkers, taking them and putting them in the back. Not really what we're going to be wanting. Leaving these Zealots out in the front, as we only see 5 Stalkers left for Photosynth. Photosynth really being completely stomped on right now. These Immortals just racking up the kills. This Wonder Woman has 3 kills, and flabbergasted, as Photosynth is definitely going to be losing this natural. And as you can definitely hear my frustration, that frustration isn't really directed at Photosynth and say, oh, you're a terrible bad player. It's just in the sense of hindsight, you're like, no, why would you do that? Because if I played this way, I would definitely screaming at myself like that as well. And of course, this one's chewing on that Immortal, almost getting it, but not quite enough. So these Immortals will be DPSing this building, and it will be going down here in short order. And what do we have coming out for Photosynth? Photosynth churning out this Immortal, trying to get it out here. He has 3 gates. He has 3 Stalkers. Let's take a look at the units tab real quick. Right now, he is definitely in the negative, though, as far as units go. We see 2 Sentries coming in here. Now, 1 Sentry would have been enough, and I believe the Zealots would have been the answer to this, getting up and fight these Immortals, doing that DPS on that shield. And of course, we see another conflict going in. We see the Focus Fire going down on Photosynth. Immortal will be backstepping it. Don't see a Guardian Shield. There's not enough energy for these Sentries, so the Sentry's really not being that effective right now. But the Immortal able to DPS down his counterpart. Now, the Immortal wouldn't, you don't really want to put the Immortal on the Immortal. Nice force field, though, right there. As we see this one Immortal will be trapped right there. You definitely want to be putting your Immortals on the Stalkers, as that's what their Immortals are going to be strong against, as those hardened shields will definitely be mitigating the damage that the counter Immortals will be putting. As we do actually see a grand total of maximum 10 damage will be mitigated by these hardened shields. So, actually reducing incoming damage to a maximum of 10 while... I'm sorry. Said that wrong there, as it will be reducing it down to 10. So, either way, the hardened shields, very effective against these slow, heavy-hitting attacks. Whereas you see Marines just chew through Immortals, and so do Zerglings. As well as Zealots. The Zealots have 2 attacks, very high DPS. Actually, per mineral, Zealots are the highest DPS unit out of the gateways. They are also one of the highest DPS units overall. The DTs do a lot of DPS as well, but I mean, seriously, for 100 mineral, you can't ask for more from these Zealots here. Great meat shields, get in the face, of your enemy, not allowing them to kind of negotiate the way they want to, not allowing those Marines to go unmolested, acting as a shit